Patch 11.2.5, Legion Remix, Turbo Boost, Meta Recap, and more. The patch drops on the 7th of October. Let's see what changed so far in the season and what is coming next. So let's quickly go through patch notes. Turbo Boost, similarly to the previous season, means you will be able to upgrade your items 2 more times for 6 more item levels. With 30 crests per item and 16 total items, this amounts to 480 total crests or 24 tier 12 timed keys. You can still swap runed for gilded crests at a 3-to-1 ratio in order to lower the necessary amount of keys. Crafted items are also affected. Buy the augmentation matrix from the crafting vendor to recraft at a higher level. We will also get the puzzling cartel chips, the old dinars, which we could buy M+ items should you have all 12 timed keys, or raid items should you have defeated the boss which drops the item. These will not be available week 1. Initially, Blizzard said they would give 1 per week. However, this information has since been removed, so I am unsure if it still holds true. There's also a dull vendor that shows upon clearing an instance. The gear he sells is of lower item level, however, it seems to only cost Valor Stones so far. This is a great method for gearing alts. Legion Remix. The Wowhead guide covers this far better than I could, but let's quickly go over the main points. You make a new character on the new WoW servers, you level it up while using the new artifact powers, you earn achievements, transmog, and other goodies. And when the event ends, you get your character transferred back to the retail servers. There's some quality of life stuff, like no artifact relic farms and shared character progression, pretty much like in Pandaria Remix. Overall, this is useful should you still have alts to level, or you like the rewards, which look pretty cool. Sadly, no Mage Tower. We do get M+, however. Next, some cooldown manager upgrades and class tuning? Blizzard, where is my class tuning? Blizzard? There is no class tuning. The overall balance is rather good, so perhaps it is not necessary. But I think this leaves a lot of people disappointed regardless. When it comes to healers, my initial tier list was mostly accurate. Initially, shamans dominated, but as hunters start being phased out, their rate buff is no longer that relevant. Even worse, the replacement class is elemental shaman. Druid has slowly but surely gained ground, and this trend should continue, despite a momentary pause as keys will be made easier due to Turbo Boost. M+ secrets updates. First, Halls of Atonement. Last boss has a cast that damages everyone after throwing all 4 statues in the intermission. This, however, requires line of sight on a random player. Should he fail this, he will not cast his AoE. Have the tank and 1 DPS stay close enough to soak, and the healer and range DPS sit behind the statues in the hopes of nullifying the ability. Floodgate has some new stuff. The Big Mama ad spawns can be baited on the same pixel next to the wall, and then any subsequent jumps do not damage you. This is quite risky with bugs, however it is worth mentioning. Halls of Atonement again, there is a bug where if the second boss targets you with his ability, the next blood drop will be invisible to you, so take care, there's no fix for this. Let's also cover some raid stuff. On the first boss, the cloak is making you invulnerable, but not only during its cast. So in theory, you can skip multiple walls with 1 cloak cast and 1 blink or jump spell. This is useful during the enrage phase. On Fractilis, be careful not to sit too far back when having a wall placed on you, as this might mean you end up stuck. And lastly, on Dimensius, there are times when you kill the ad, starting the phase transition, but the boss throws a rock anyway. If you do not have the path clear to switch, throw yourself off the platform. It is a long way down, and usually the boss grabs you before you die. Regarding Druid and my guide, a couple of things also changed since then. The talent tree is updated in the pinned comment, however, there are item changes. Let us quickly go over items and dinars. Firstly, Bis M+ trinkets are Lumitar and Diamantine. For raid, we swap the Lumitar for Nexus King Command. If one of the trinkets is unavailable or the matching weapon for the diamantine trinket is absent, utilize Solea's Gambit. The main one hand is the previously mentioned set weapon, while crafted items are the offhand with Ascendance, as well as another crafted item with double Nerubian effectiveness. For me, this was the waste slot, but craft it on any missing item slot. Unfortunately, we require 4 items this season: the main hand, the 2 trinkets, and the boots that enhance the Reshi wraps. Once any of these are acquired, use dinars to buy the rest. Overall, the mid-season patch seems rather small, most class tuning and other features being already announced in the next expansion. If this is a trade-off for a fast release, it might be acceptable, but I doubt it. There is still patch 11.2.7 to come, featuring player housing and perhaps some class tuning, but so far there is little knowledge about it. Defeating this boss the first time was really cool, but progressing it on Mythic is going to be an absolute fiesta.